currently working on building a business with my cousin and my cousin's wife. I wanted to know, when you were starting your business, did you apply for grants, or did you get business loans, or how did you start up? Because I know one of the things that was an interest of ours is we've had people wanting to invest, but we're really scared of bringing other people inside our business because we're afraid that, because as family members, we trust each other and we respect each other, but we're afraid of bringing that outside person in who might be like, okay, I can do this business better than you, and then somehow taking it over. Have you ever had that kind of experience?
So Justine, you have outside investors, so maybe you could start and then we'll find where the rest of the money came from.
Sure. We do have outside investors, but we don't have outside investors who have control. So again, it goes back to that, who owns 51% of your company. And if you still do, then you can't be thrown out, essentially. So we have minority investors who are great help as far as their money, and also all of our investors are successful entrepreneurs who really add a lot to the company, but they don't threaten our control. So I think it's really tough. There are some grants. I don't know if there's a lot of grants out there for starting a new business. I think most people really need to put most of what they own out there to start. You can try to raise investment. We did get one grant from the National Research Council, and that was to develop our back-end technology. So that was really helpful, but again, it was after we launched, after we were in the marketplace, after we had employees. So the further you go, the easier it is to get investors or grants or anything, and when it's really early, I think it's tough. I think it's hard to find that kind of money.
We have a line of credit with a bank, and I'm sure our friends from ATB can tell you all more about all that sort of thing. Mm-hmm. What surprised me, though, when we went for our first corporate credit cards, is that they're in our names personally, and although they have the business name underneath them, your credit score, your capacity to manage debt, all of that stuff comes into play, no matter how many years you're in business. So, I think there used to be this myth that if you were in business for a certain number of years, that the company could have, no, it's you. So you need to make sure that end of your personal life is lined up before you go to a bank. But the friendly folks at ATV would love to tell you more all about that.
I think, there's sort of two questions there. One is the grant road, and then the other one is bringing outside investors. We haven't done either with our business. One, we don't really. If somebody were to come in as an investor, we'd want to have that sort of situation that Justine has, where we're still making the decisions on the business, because it is our business. We've grown it, we've developed it, we know our clients, we know what our business is. We have 5 competitors in Canada, for instance, right? There's nobody else that would know what our business is like. Then with grants, I would say, wait for longer. I mean, I've heard of a lot of people who have spent a really inordinate amount of time on grant writing, which is not productive, right? If you're going to start a business, then you should have a product or you should have a service in mind that you're going to run with. And I personally see grants as just a way to subsidize that and artificially skew your business.